Hello, my name is Deidre Carmen Neufeld, but I go by Carmen, and this is my digital story. So, my mother is actually from Santa Cruz, Bolivia, and came to the United States in hopes of starting a new life. My father is from Florida. They both met in their early 20s while working at Cracker Barrel and got married. Then, they had me. In pursuit of the American dream, my parents worked hard to build their first home. Unfortunately, my mother developed a behavioral illness, leaving them unable to finish the house and ultimately leading to bankruptcy. We then moved to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where my family gave us a place to stay and also helped take care of my mom. One day, my family in Bolivia called to inform us that my grandmother had suffered an aneurysm. My mother and I flew to Santa Cruz immediately to be with her. During this time, I helped care for my grandmother, and it was during this experience that I began to question what had caused her condition. This moment marked my first exposure to the field of medicine and ignited my interest in pursuing a medical career. I lived in Bolivia for about a year and a half, attending school there. My teachers were impressed by my academic performance and even offered to advance me a grade. Although my parents decided against it, this experience boosted my confidence, which carried over when I returned to America. After spending some time back in Fort Lauderdale, my family decided to move to Fort Myers, Florida, as the cost of living in Fort Lauderdale had become too high. The three of us moved into a one-bedroom studio to help us get back on our feet. In middle school, my mom's condition worsened, and since my parents were separated, children's services got involved. With neither parent around sometimes, I had to grow up fast. I focused on academics and theater, eventually joining the National Junior Honor Society and becoming a junior thespian. I chose to attend Fort Myers High School for its International Baccalaureate program, which would help prepare me for college. During this time, my interest in science grew, solidifying my dream of becoming a doctor. I even joined the Health Occupation Students of America, placing first in regionals for critical problem solving, and also developed a strong interest in the gym. During my sophomore and junior year of high school, I ended up moving out of my house and decided to do dual enrollment instead of the International Baccalaureate program so I could have an associate's degree by the time I graduated high school and start my pre-med prerequisites. I was the first in my family to receive any sort of degree. As soon as I got to the University of Central Florida, I immediately joined STEP at UCF because of my love of animals. Because I had finished all of my easy pre-med classes, I was having difficulty adjusting to school since I did not have a good support system or friends in my major. I ended up switching my major to kinesiology and obtained my personal training certification in hopes of becoming a physical therapist in the future. Since I thought my major wasn't too difficult, I spent my time going to the beach, traveling, hanging out with friends, puppy sitting future service dogs through STEP, and going on random adventures. During the end of my sophomore year of college, I felt unfulfilled in my academics. I kept thinking about wanting to become a doctor again, but didn't think I could make it. One night, I was the bartender to a customer who was a senior chief scribe at Scribe America. I told him that I wanted to become a doctor, but instead switched majors to become a physical therapist because of doubts. He encouraged me that I could do it and hired me to become a scribe so that I could work with doctors and gain clinical experience. Working alongside the doctors, listening to their stories, and having their belief in me reignited my passion for medicine. During my junior year of college, I continued scribing, had more motivation for my pre-med classes, and took on leadership roles in the Multicultural Association of Pre-Health Students and the Service Dog Training and Education program at UCF. I started to become really involved in STEP, even getting to raise Farber, a future service dog who will go to someone with a disability free of charge. I was even elected to become part of the executive board for the organization. In my senior year, I joined Pre-Med AMSA to connect with like-minded peers and was selected as one of 4 networking directors from over 150 applicants. I also joined the National Society of Leadership and Success to strengthen my leadership skills. I also began studying for the medical school entrance exam. As secretary for STEP, I've taken an active role, leading not only my committee but also contributing to the entire organization's success. Although my path has been unconventional, I'm excited for the journey ahead in becoming a physician specializing in either neurology, neurosurgery, or neuropsychiatry. Thanks for listening to my story.